History was made last night in Philadelphia for Game 4 of the 2022 World Series between the Houston Astros and the Philadelphia Phillies. So on this video, we're going to be looking at 3 takeaways from Game 4. So let's get into takeaway number 1. So baseball fans, you know that we have to begin with the history that was made last night in Philadelphia. A combined no-hitter would be thrown by the Houston Astros in a game started by Christian Javier. I would see a stat line put across Twitter last night that said that there were 2 combined no-hitters in 2022. One in which Christian Javier started, and one against the Phillies in which Aaron Nola started. Coincidentally enough, both of those starters were Game 4 starters for their respective squads. There's no doubt about it when you look at the fact that this was only the second no-hitter thrown in World Series history, the last one being by the New York Yankees, Don Larson, in 1956. This is an incredible moment to have been witness to. There's no doubt about it that no-hitters and perfect games as we've seen them have dwindled in terms of the way that they have gone about. We no longer really see starters going 9 innings to be able to qualify for these incredible feats. More and more, we're starting to see these combined no-hitters as the bullpens are becoming such elite specialists and as starters' leashes are going shorter and shorter. Now, obviously, the filthiness of Christian Javier leads me into my second takeaway. And there's no doubt about it. Christian Javier was on his A game last night for the Houston Astros. The Phillies seemed to be off balance and unable to really pinpoint what he was trying to attack them with. This was a great start and a very needed start for the Houston Astros. You did not want to go down 3-1 to the Philadelphia Phillies and having to play Game 5 in Philadelphia. By having Javier be as filthy and nasty as he was on the mound, this now ensures that the Houston Astros are going to head back to Houston. And for Philadelphia to win this series, they have to go back on the road to do so. No doubt about it, Houston is going to want to win in front of their fans. There's no way that you would rather have the season end than victoriously on your field. And Christian Javier absolutely helped the Houston Astros try to make that dream into a reality. Now, as we look at the third and final takeaway from last night's Game 4, the Houston Astros are not going down easy. They are not going down without a fight. This was a tightly contested game through 5 innings of work. It was made mention of on the broadcast several times how throughout the course of the first 3 games, by the 4th inning, we would already have someone jumped out to a lead. There's no doubt when you look at the way that this series has played out, it has been much more competitive than anyone would have really expected going into it. The dominance that the Houston Astros had shown all season was expected to run over the hot Philadelphia Phillies. With Philly having the momentum, having the drive that they have had, with the city behind them, this was a very interesting matchup going into it. And Philadelphia really has shown that they were not going down without a fight either. So this is turned into quite an interesting series. We are now going into Game 5 tonight with now being a best of 3 scenario. The next team to win 2 games wins the World Series for 2020. It's going to be incredible to watch these next 3 games play out. The last one tonight in Philadelphia before heading back to Houston. For Philadelphia, it is, in my opinion, a must-win situation tonight because you do not want to go down 3-2 to the Houston Astros heading back to Houston for 2 games. You want to be able to have only 1 victory needing to come through those 2 games in Houston. Right now, there's already questions about Zach Wheeler and his health going into Game 6. This is your Game 6 starter. This has been one of your co-aces all season long. And you don't want to have to look at that scenario because while they're trying to maintain that he's healthy, that he's fine, inside the Phillies Twitter, inside Philly fans' hearts, there's a lot of questions and concerns right now about Zach Wheeler. So not having a certainty in Zach Wheeler for Game 6, you definitely want to win Game 5 tonight here in Philadelphia. So I want to hear from you, baseball fans. Let me know your thoughts, your feelings on this down in the comment section below. Let me know over on Twitter at banter_baseball. Phillies fans, how are you feeling now? Tied series, going into Game 5, questions about Zach Wheeler for Game 6, having to go back to Houston if you want to win everything. If you want to win the World Series this year, you have to do it in Houston. I've said it all postseason long. I've said it all season long. The World Series runs through Houston, and that has been never more apparent than now with Houston tying the series up. Astros fans, how are you feeling now going back into your town, back to Houston, to be able to play the decisive games? Regardless of what happens tonight in Philadelphia, you know that there's going to be games back in Houston. Let me know your thoughts, your feelings on that down in the comments. Or again, find me over on Twitter at banter_baseball. We can keep the conversation rolling. Keep it locked into our entire JLMG family with WeSibs, the Granite Geek Show, and of course here on your favorite baseball channel, the Baseball Banter Broadcast, by hitting the subscribe button on all 3 channels. Stick around, check out our partner lids down through the show notes, the description below, as well as heading over to baseballbanterbroadcast.com using the promo code REDOCTOBER to support the Philadelphia Phillies and their manager, Rob Thompson. Keep it locked in all season and all series long as we continue to round out the World Series, as well as the latest news, notes, and my personal thoughts, theories, and opinions on the game of Major League Baseball.